What's up, guys? Welcome back to the second vlog. And once again, it's a 1-2-5 game at Peaks, Dallas. It was a long one. It was a long 4 hours. It felt like the longest 4 hours of my life from the circumstance that I was in. But we were able to battle and grind it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the first hand. All right, let's get into this first hand of the stream. We look down at a great hand. It is ace jack off suit. So when we look down at that, we go ahead and throw out a bet of 25 bucks. Get a couple folds. Fold by Mav, fold by Sammy, aggressive fold by Squire, fold by Silver Fox. Big Diesel's gets out of the way, and everyone folds. Wow. On to the next one. Here we get a real hand. Sammy gets ace jack. He go ahead and bumps it up to 25 bucks. Get a couple folds, and it comes to me in the small blind where I have the sixes. I go ahead and stick out the $25. Douglas, you can see, is very confused why it's 25 bucks. Doesn't love it, and just goes and throw it away as his hand. So we go heads up to a flop, which comes pretty decent for me to lead out on. It comes queen 5-8 rainbow. So here I'm just gonna put a bet out to see where I'm at, and I make it 30 bucks, 35 bucks actually. And Sammy pretty quickly folds his hand, so we pick up a small one. Couple boring hands here. Let's get into exciting one. And here we're gonna play Omaha, our least favorite game ever. Just lose all our money all the time. And this one's pretty much like a bomb pot, nothing really too serious, so my hand's not the best. But we do go 7 ways to a flop, which is a lot. I know, it's a lot. And you're gonna see why it is not great to be playing hands like I have, because we flop the bottom end of the straight. Here, Douglas is gonna lead out. As you can see, he has jacks with jack high flush draw. Go ahead, makes it $75. And then if you look at Mav's hand, Mav also has a flush draw, the nut flush draw, with ace 3 of diamonds. And then you look at Sammy, Sammy pretty quickly folds. And if you look at Diesel, Diesel has the absolute nut straight flush draw, the straight draw, or the straight already. And then he has the queen high flush draw. And here I am just in a terrible spot. In the moment when I was thinking about it, I'm like, all right, bottom straight. One of these two guys is definitely chasing a straight. But the problem that I had this whole time that I was thinking of, I have pocket 8s. What are the odds this guy has 10-8? Like I'm pretty well. I'm blocking that pretty well. So I'm just literally pondering and pondering and pondering. I know I should fold, especially when there's a lead out, a repot, and then a repot all in. Like I should just 10 times out of 10 be folding my hand because someone has the absolute nuts. My problem was I don't play Omaha enough, and I wasn't putting that into play at the moment, or I was, but I was just kind of being stubborn. With the 2 8s in my hand, I was thinking I was blocking it, but obviously I'm not blocking anything when it comes down to it. This is obviously the nuts, some shape or form. Someone has it, and I'm just very curious right now. I'm shuffling chips, and I stick them all in, and I'm 0%, as you can see. Douglas pretty quickly gets out of the way, as I should have done. And Mav is like, well, F it, and just goes all in. So now this is pretty good for me, meaning I won't lose as much money as long as another diamond doesn't come out. But as you can see, we are both 1%, so that means most of the diamonds are out of the way. So I should be pretty good on one of these runouts and only lose around 350, because he had like 800 and I had like, I don't know, 700. So we have a side pot of around like 450, I believe. So we're gonna run it twice. Diesel elected to run it twice for us, but it doesn't even matter because he has nuts. Turn as a king on the first board. The river's a 2. He has a top straight. So we go to the second board. which comes Diesel obviously gonna win again. Doesn't matter what it is. 4 spades and the ace of spades. So I do scoop the side pot, which is very good, but I was still mad at myself for even calling in the first place. So after this hand, it just was bad for the rest of the stream. Like, I was just thinking about this hand for the rest of the stream, especially right after. Like, it was just annoying. Like, I was like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I put myself in that position? I should never be calling there. But at least I lost the minimum. On to the next hand. Alright, 3 hands later, we pick up jacks under the gun. Kip does raise it up to $15. And here I'm going to try to make some of that money back that I just lost. I go ahead and re-raise it up to 65. Folds around. Squire once again aggressively folds. Silver Fox folds. Big Diesel folds. Shree folds. And Kipster looks at me, shows me his hand. He's like, I can't call. So we make the minimum with pocket jacks around $17. Yay, me. As you can see, I'm already down $556 at this point. And 40 hands later, as you can tell, we're card dead. But we are playing this dumb game called the Knit game. And I look down at Queen 3 and I decide to raise it up for $35 to get everyone out of the way. And what do you know? Someone that doesn't have their knit button, Squire. Oh, let me just call real quick with Queen 8 offsuit. Thanks, Squire. Now I have to blow more money to try to get you off of this. And what do you expect? He flops the top pair. And I flop absolutely nothing. So I go ahead and check it over to Squire. And he is trying to lay a trap and he checks back. And the board pairs with the 5. So now I have to try to get him off his hand. What do? I lead out. For how much? Around $35. And what does Squire do? Knowing I probably don't have anything on this board, knowing I have a knit button, does go ahead and just flick in the call. Great. Now what, am I just gonna blow my whole stack on the river? Let's see. It's an 8. I'm just hating my life. Squire checks to me and I just instantly check back and he shows top 2 pair. Thanks, Squire. Alright, a few hands later, we actually get a real hand in the knit game. Shree opens up to $50. And here I have ace 10 with only about $330 in my stack. So ideally I could just jam here, given we are in the knit game. So I'm thinking about that, pondering it. Should I rip it? Or should I just put in the call and hopefully make some more money while playing the knit game? So I do elect to just call. So I flick in what, $100 chip. We get folds around. Folds back around to, I believe, Big Diesel. And he does make the call. So we do go 4 ways to a flop. Big Diesel, Jack 8 suited, Shree with the suited ace. I have the ace 10. And Squire has another suited ace. And we do run into a pretty good flop with top pair. So when it checks to me, I am loving this position. I pretty much only have about a pot size bet left, so I guess go ahead and rip it all in. And Big Diesel does put in the call with Jack 8 second pair. I don't mind it, but he does also have the straight draw, so we just gotta dodge a couple cards to scoop this pot. And what do you know? He hits an 8 on the turn. So we lose the first board, and we don't get rid of our knit button. But let's win the second one to stay alive and not have to rebuy. Turn card is a 6, another scare card, a 9, and a jack is straight. But we dodge that, and we just split the pot. Still annoyed because I have my knit button, but at least we don't lose all of our money. Alright, get into this next hand. Let's find some life. Knit game still on, and we look down at, what do you know? Ace 10 offsuit once again. So I'm definitely going to bump this up here. I go ahead and make it 60. All you have to do is just let go of your hand, guys, and I can lose my button. At this point, it's heads up between me and Squire, I believe, that still have our nip buttons. Thugless still has his, or not still has his, he has the same hand as me, ace 10. And Squire has a suited connector, and go ahead and makes a call for $60. Trying to get rid of that button as well as I am. So we go 3 ways to a flop. Me and Thugless have the same hand. Squire has 8-7 diamonds. And we go to a flop that is pretty good for us. Once again, we flopped the top pair with another open-ended straight draw. So I checked this. Thugless is gonna bet for me, given we have the same hand. He has 50, or he bets $55, and Squire just goes ahead and rips it for 106. And here I'm just thinking, I never fold this, so I rip it. And now Thugless is in the tank thinking, well, what could we have? What could we have? I have the top pair. I have top pair. He likes to talk. He talks a lot. And he does end up flipping his cards face up. And I'm trying hard not to laugh because he's saying so much stuff and we have the same hand. But he does end up just folding. So me and Squire are going all in together. Ask how many times he wants to run it, and of course they want to run it twice all the time, so I let him, even though I don't like to. But we agree on twice. Let's win the first board, so we get rid of our nip button, and it's a safe turn card, and it's an even better river. So we win the first one. All right, let's win the second one and scoop a pot. Let's head in the right direction. Turn card is a safe king. Let's do it. One time. But he hits a 6. Now I'm ultra tilt annoyed, but at least we don't lose all our money and we lose our nip button. On to the next. Alright, I did lose the nit game, or I didn't lose the nit game. I did lose it earlier because we played twice, but so I lost around 120 bucks. But here we're playing another Omaha hand. Yay! But this time I actually have a decent one. I have 2 aces. One of them suited. So let's win something. And for some reason, Squire just tries to rip it into us. But he can't. That's not allowed, Squire. It's only a pot-sized bet. So he has to take some money back. And it folds around. And if you look at Kipster's hand, oh Kip, he has 2 kings. And one of them's also suited. So he throws a call out there. And here I am thinking, do I just repot it? Squire would be priced in, but I don't think Kipster would. I think Kipster could easily find a fold here. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if I should just be repotting this. Pretty much just shipping it. But I just select a call, so we got 3 ways to a flop. Squire's gonna put all his money in either way, no matter the flop. And we're just crossing our fingers for a great flop, pretty juicy flop where we can get Kipster some more money from Kipster also. So the flop comes ace jack 6 rainbow. We flop top set, and as you see, Squire put his money in before I could even say anything. Kipster pretty quickly checked. I didn't act out of position, so I just rip it all in for about a little bit less than a pot size bet. Kipster's just like, what could he have? What could he have? But he can't really call there with an ace and a jack on the board. So we're heads up with Squire for a $638 pot, and we are in a great spot with 80%. Of course, he wants to run it twice, given that I have a set. So let's dodge everything and scoop a board. We're good on the first. Boating up on the first. Let's get another clean board so we can scoop a pot and be back in the right track. That's a scary card. Now he's open-ended. Bumps up to 44%. But a king on the river is great for us. So we scoop a $638 pot. We're fist bumping. We are finally happy. We aren't card dead anymore. Finally, something in the right direction. Back up to 850. We were in for around 1250. So we're heading in the right direction. Alright, here with some momentum. I look down at Queen Jack under the gun. I just go ahead and make it 20 bucks. Why not? I'm feeling good. You see, I got the smile on. Folds around. Squire once again aggressively folds. Silver Fox is gonna get in there for 20. Who else gets in there for 20? Let's see. Shri has the ducks. Does he get in? He does. So does Kipster with Queen 10. We look down at a flop of 7, Queen 5. Shri does check. Kip lays out a bet for me, so I just go ahead and call. Silver Fox is going to call with second pair. And here, when Shri starts to think, I get nervous. Because he's a pretty tough player and he likes putting people in uncomfortable positions. So I'm here, I'm thinking, damn, he's about to check raise, and I'm going to have to call. But he does end up laying his hand down. So good on our part. Turn card comes up board pairing 7. I'm not too worried about that card, honestly. When Kip leads up for 50, it's a pretty small bet, so I could be re-raising here, but I don't elect to, and I just end up calling. I'm not upset about that, but Silver Fox ends up folding. So we go to river card, which comes another 300. I don't like it at all. So when Kipster checks me, I'm very happy to check back, and I scoop another pot with where I outkick him by 1 card. But hey, we're in the money. Let's go. Making some money back. We were stuck around $1,000. Now we're almost out of that hole, only down $1. In this hand, we are in the $10 straddle. Thugless goes ahead and bumps it up for $35, and we look down at pocket rockets, and I go ahead and re-raise it to 105. Thugless is very upset because the hand before this, he folded the nuts, so he's on full tilt, and you see he does not want to put the money in, but he does anyways. Doesn't matter, he puts the money in. Being on tilt's real. And the board comes awesome for us. 2 4s and a 6 with 2 clubs. So I go ahead and just keep betting because this is a pretty dry board. Why not? So I go ahead and bet $85, and Thugless is rubbing his hands together, thinking, what can I do? What can I do to get him off this hand? And what does he do? He elects for an all-in. Why? I don't know. As you can see, he has a 1% chance. Honestly, when I was in this position, though, I was like, oh my god, that was annoying to hear. Just because I was grinding this whole session, down $1,000, finally only down around $300, and I hear all in. I'm like, no way he has 6s and he hits a full house. Like, that's just annoying. Like, that makes no sense. But I can't fold aces here, so I just go ahead and call, and Douglas is just gassed when I do. So he wants to run it twice. Well, obviously, as you can see, he has no chance of winning, or he has 1% chance. But with the 5 on the turn, kills that first board. 3 diamonds on the river, doesn't matter. Turn card, 3 clubs, and he is dead. So we scoop a 1.4k pot literally 10 minutes before the stream ends. He gives me a fist bump, and we are happy. We're finally in the green. 3.5 hours of this stream, we were down about $1,000. And you can see we are up to 1.7k. Like I said, it was a long 4 hours. We were in the game for 12.50 and out for 17.65. Amazed that I was able to get out of that hole at my lowest point. I think I had like $220, stuck almost $1,000, and somehow still booked a $515 win. Very happy that I was able to stay somewhat level-headed and still play somewhat pretty good poker given the circumstance. I was card dead for literally like 2.5, 3 hours of the stream. Like, if you watch the video, one of the hands went from literally hand 22 to hand like 65, which is like 2.5 hours. But happy that I was able to book a win. Who wouldn't? Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, whatever y'all would like to see different. But I'll see y'all next week for the 3rd vlog. Thanks for watching.